All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Tuesday, January 21st, set today by Philistine. Let's see what Philistine has for us. Candor shown by this type of operation. I'm thinking open something. Open-ended. Oh, it could be a literal operation, as in a hospital, an open heart. I think, yeah, maybe not. Now that I write it down, is candor. Now, candor, I think, is more like open speech, like what you say, you're being open. I'll leave it in. We'll see if the crossers agree with it. Before work, half finished, darling, up for some food. I think it will be some food, but don't see what that might be. Before work. Yeah, what's work is usually OP, opus, half finished. And then darling up sounds like we're going to reverse a word for darling. Honey, honey something. No. Come back to that. Some indeed left for dead. Some is sometimes used for a hidden clue. Deedle, is that a word? Oh, that's only 6 letters. Yeah, I don't think it's a hidden clue. Yeah, don't get it. The brief, thoughtless beat. Oh, I wonder if it could be beat, maybe some type of beat, rhythm. Oh, maybe rhythm, no. But it might start with literally THE since we have that H, and then a word, excuse me, for thoughtless that we're going to drop something from. Let me pause, think about rhythm, see if I can make that work. No, not thinking of anything. Gestapo agent at last can become our confidant. I don't like when an 8-letter word is split in 2 like this, although sometimes it indicates a compound word and they just go together somehow to make. Is it going to become a confidant? Agent at last sounds like just the letter T at the end of agent. Gestapo, then, what would that be? Oh, maybe an anagram of Gestapo plus T? That's possible. But I don't see something our confidant. No, perhaps armor's forte. That's clever. Double definition. Your forte might be your strong suit, and I suppose you could describe a suit of armor as a strong suit. Unusual feature of night clue. Wow, maybe, is unusual. I think we have to split somehow. It's unusual feature of night, which could be just darkness, and then clue. But which one is the definition? Unusual or clue? 3, 5. No. Like little birdie said, why a fair kept hidden? Little birdie would tweet or chirp. No. All right, another one split in two, but at least this is two four-letter words. Lark about with comedian and philosopher. All right, I think we're going to take the names of a comedian and a philosopher, and I think it's going to, no, maybe it's going to be a philosopher, a word for lark about. Ooh, actually, it's an anagram of lark. That would be Carl, and the comedian is Groucho Marx to give us Karl Marx. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Driver reaches the end here. Ooh, is it a car driver? Could it be a golf club, a driver? A driver would parka, but I don't see how that would work. No, policeman at ease, coming to grips with issue. I think the definition might be policeman. At ease, some word for at ease that comes to grip with or surrounds. Issue, of course, can be child, son, maybe S or D. No. Tony Blair, not heartless yob, may be appearing before a judge. All right, I think it's going to be some phrase for appearing before a judge um, on trial. Uh, yeah, I'm seeing we have, yeah. So Tony Blair is 9 letters. Heartless yob is just the Y and the B. We take that away, and then we're left with TONLAIR. Yeah, on trial. All right, drawing, unopened boat. I think we've had something similar before. A drawing might be a sketch without its opening letter. It's just a catch, which is a type of boat. All right, appreciate a couple of drinks when starting a meal. I think it might be something like, well, not tucking in because of that G, but yeah, starting a meal, digging in. I think if it is ing in, we have gin, which would be one of the drinks. Oh, in fact, I think the other one might be, yeah, I think it might be two gins. Uh, I don't think dig is appreciate. I said, well, of course, appreciate can mean I appreciate what you're doing, but appreciate in value. And is the A going to be important? I think no, I think that's just needed a couple of drinks. Um, yeah, I wanted to be digging in, but I just don't. I'll put it in for now, and I'll just make a note if in case that stays there and I forget about it. All right, moves to cover one person who can't spell with arse essentially in minimal attire. Well, moves to cover, that sounds like wordplay. Something for, oh, we may in fact anagram to cover, but I first thought something for moves is going to cover or go around one person, could be I man or something like that. Oh, or a person who can't spell? Um, Illiterate, I suppose, or oh, I wonder if it's yes, I think it might be. I think I just got it because I was thinking about we've seen before they use spell and they're referring to witches or wizards casting a spell. And even though I've never read Harry Potter, I know that those who are not wizards are called muggles. So I thought, oh, so maybe something for moves goes around a person who can't spell. Arse, essentially, I'm thinking, is just the R and the S that are in the middle of arse. But anyway, thinking of muggle, I thought of a smuggler, and then I thought of a budgie smuggler, which is, oh, I suppose must be plural if I spelled that correctly. I'm sure you all know slang for speedos or essential or similar type of garments. So budges is moves, and that covers one. So we have budgies. Then we have the muggle, and then we have the inner letters of arse. That is very clever, very funny too. Ooh, let's go jump ahead and look down at or look at 14 down. That doesn't look right. First to dig mine in Alaska. Oh, no, actually, I think it might be right because I think it might be linked to our Karl Marx. I think it might be Das Kapital. Was it with a K or with a C? Oh, I'm showing my ignorance there. Um, Das Kapital. Let's try and work it out from the wordplay. First to dig is the D. Alaska is AL. So we have the A and the L there. Mine then has to go in. Oh, mine I think is a pit. Mine, yeah. I'm not seeing the. No, I think it is a K because I think it's an anagram. I think Alaska generated is an anagram of Alaska, and that goes around the pit. All right. Doctor set us in NHS basic, excuse me, premises. Yeah, I don't know if the definition is going to be doctor or basic. I'm thinking basic. Yeah, because I think doctor can mean to anagram. Set us in, yeah, that's 7 letters plus NHS makes 10. Yeah, I think that's going to, let me try the anagram helper. Let's see what we have. Oh, a Nissen hut. So I think it's going to be the plural. I think I've seen them mentioned in books about World War II in Britain. Uh, Actually, why don't I think that must be the way it's spelt, not like the car company. Let me pause and look them up just for my own interest. Yes, apparently they were designed during the First World War by Canadian American British engineer and inventor Major Peter Norman Nissen. Also used extensively during World War II and was adapted as Quonset hut in the United States. So now I know. Yeah, there's so many things that you come across, or I came across as a young person reading, and we didn't have the internet to look up. I wonder if young people nowadays take advantage. Well, do they read at all and come across these words? That's the question. All right, how about trendy hairstyle that can be seen in Edinburgh break? Well, trendy, I think, must be in. And then maybe a word for a hairstyle, and it's something that would be seen. Well, what is Edinburgh break? No, not thinking of that. I'm going to go back to the acrosses. Party not settled. Seatbelt fastened incorrectly. I was wondering if it was an anagram of party not, but that's only 8 letters. Seatbelt fastened. Again, seatbelt fastened incorrectly could at a stretch be an anagram indicator, but we do have an A and a T in both party not and seatbelt, but none of them give us 9 letters. Party can be a do something or other. No. Fire is strong, then weak. Yeah, I don't. Oh, of course. Yes, from music, strong or loud might be forte, F. And then I think weak is lame, and that gives us flame. Skirt wearing hanks, as that reference to Tom. Undressed, to put this on for the beach. Uh, Hanks undressed is removing the outer letters to give us A and K. And you put that inside of a mini to get a mankini. That's come up a couple of times before. It seems to be popular with the setters. It is a funny word and gives, I suppose, some unusual vowels. All right, locate last piece of shrapnel in bone before hospital or perish. Well, here I think it comes in very handy to have that H, because surely that's the hospital and everything else is wordplay before the H, and therefore the definition would be perish, but it has a question mark, so maybe it's some other meaning of perish, like perishable foods, like food has gone off. Locate could be find. Surely last piece of shrapnel is the L. Yeah, locate might simply be a placement word, so telling us to put the L inside a word for bone. And then it's going to mean perish, but I don't see it. Lamenting golf after bankruptcy. All right, well, I think that's straightforward enough. Bankruptcy might be financial ruin, and then G for golf from the phonetic alphabet to get ruing or lamenting. All right, away, clutching can, and sober. Well, can be tin, and I'm thinking about abstinent might be sober, abstaining. Is it abstinent or abstinent? I think about abstinence or abstinence. Oh dear, I always have trouble with these. Let me put in that. All right, so, oh no, it must be E, because of course away is absent. All right, that was our trendy hairstyle. I'm wondering about the fringe. Yeah, I think it might be infringe. The Edinburgh, that can be seen in Edinburgh as the fringe. And I think if you break, maybe, I suppose in the sense of breaking in on somebody or interfering, you infringe. I think that's right. Auditor's first letter held by Scargill, Arthur Scargill, I think, wasn't he? Auditor's first letter is simply an A, but I don't think I can just all that to an A and then put it inside Scargill. It's a Great clue, but I don't get it. Oh, auditors, of course, can be a homophone indicator. Someone who's listening might hear first letter. What is held by Scargill? Was he the head of the miners' union? No, how about a free woman? That's a great clue too. Yeah, I don't get it. From Cardiff, a bricklayer's material. I presume it's going to be bricklayer's material. Ah, no, I paused there to finish my coffee and I saw it's a hidden clue within Cardiff, a bricklayer. You have fabric, so material is the definition. All right, that's everything. Let's look at this one now. Locate last piece of shrapnel in bone before hospital or perish. Well, if we are going to put an L somewhere, I'm thinking it might go after the B. And then what's the bone? The bone, I think, would have the B, tibia. Could it be an anagram of bone? I don't think so. No. Let's look again at my Gestapo agent now. We have an S. Don't think it really helps. But let me try the anagram helper just to see if it is Gestapo plus T. We're going to have two T's. Does that look likely? Something post. A gatepost. Does gatepost metaphorically? I think you'd say it's like talking to the gatepost. I think I've heard that expression. I'm going to pause and look up gatepost and see if it can mean a confidant. Well, I suppose the drawback of using the internet to search for something is I searched for gatepost confidant, and the first two results referred back to this clue. So a bit of a spoiler for me there, but I think I could not see anything else about it metaphorically, but I can see if you want to talk to somebody to get something off your chest, but you don't want to repeat it. Yeah, that maybe there's some phrase about telling your troubles to the gatepost. Is that it? I suppose we'll see over at 15 squared. I do remember my days as a computer programmer. We had the concept of the cardboard programmer because you'd go to somebody else to discuss a problem you're having, and as you speak it out, say it out loud, you would realize the answer to your own problem. And so they may as well have been made out of cardboard. So not exactly the same thing, but maybe some of you have come across that as well. All right, assuming that's right, oh well, that gives us this locate beginning with a P. Oh, the our parish, now I get it, question mark. The phrase, I think it applies to academics, publish or perish. They have to keep publishing research or papers or their career will perish. So let's see. Oh, I think the bone is the pubis. Ah, yeah. And then the L goes inside that, and then the H for hospital afterwards. All right. Now our auditor. First letter held by Scargle. Oh, maybe a Scargle. Ah, yeah, just thinking maybe he himself was a miner before he became a union leader. And I think an auditor then is an examiner. Now, what is the first letter? Ah, so I think he must be an ex-miner. Now, I'm sure he's long dead, isn't he? Or maybe he is still alive. But I think the A, the first letter of the alphabet, is held by an ex-miner. All right. Party not settled. Seatbelt fastened incorrectly. Yeah, I've no idea what that is. And the free woman. Yeah, it could be a woman's name. I mean, it might be A for A and then some word for free. Ah, yes. It is a woman. It's not a name, but it is a relation. To free might be to untie. So your auntie or auntie, if you prefer. All right, what does that do now for our seatbelt fastened? Fastened incorrectly could have been an anagram of fastened, but again, we need one more letter. Oh, we also need an A. No. Oh, one down is looking very gettable with the K and the B. Oh, a stoner kebab, I think. I think it's ER. Ah, yes, we have babe backwards at the end, so that's darling up. Before work, half finished. Work half is RK and finished. Ah, yeah, before the RK you put finished or done, and then you have the reversal of babe after that. All right, let's see. Are policemen at ease coming to grips with issue? Can't think of a policeman beginning and ending with E. So then could it be issue? No, I don't see that. Yeah, this should be very gettable with these letters. Let me pause and think about it. The first word that came to mind, and I only vaguely know this word, is a bean feast. And I think it's a humorous way to describe a party or a free dinner that's put on. And I think Beano might be a short version of Bean Feast or a variation on it. But then, if that's party, not settled, seat belt. Incorrectly, no, I don't get it. Let me avail of the check this button. It is right, but I'm going to have to rely on 15 squared to explain that to me. All right, some indeed left for dead. I'm wondering if it's departed. For the dead, could be the dear departed. Um, but again, I'm not really following the wordplay if that is right. Ah, I think it's a lift and separate. And I always think of Thomas when I say that. He's the one who taught me that expression. Uh, it's a word for some, might be part, and that goes inside deed. You have to lift and separate the word indeed to become indeed. But then left, actually, left could define departed and dead. So I don't fully, I think it might almost be like a double definition with wordplay. Anyway, what then? Oh, I mean, examine would fit, but we have examiner down below, so it's hardly that. But it might be an issue. Or the verb to issue forth. I don't get it. The brief, thoughtless beat. Yeah, I don't see that either. How about our unusual feature of night clue? Something thing, I suppose. I mean, thing is an anagram of night. What would clue, if clue is the definition? Oh, no, I think the straight definition is unusual feature. And then it can also, the answer will read as a clue for the word night, which is an anagram of thing. So I'm wondering if it's odd thing. An odd thing might be an unusual feature. And if you read odd thing, odd could be an anagram indicator. Yeah, let's go ahead and check that. It is right. Okay. Like little birdie said, why a fair kept hidden. Oh, okay. So I think an affair can be a fling, and that keeps hidden the word why, but when it's spoken, it sounds like the letter Y, or it's close enough for crosswords anyway. And so I think like little birdie might just be flying. Now I don't know why little, I think like any birdie, but I think it makes it better for the surface. I think that's right. All right, driver reaches the end. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and check flying. Otherwise, yeah, it is right. Thank goodness. All right, driver reaches the end. Here, I can't, other than Delia Smith, I only learned in the last couple of years that she baked the cake that's on the cover of that Rolling Stones album um, before she became famous. All right, driver reaches the end here. Dilla, J. Dilla. Wow. I have no idea what this could be, so I'm going to give up and use wordplays.com for this one. I should have thought of this word, and I think this is another lift and separate. I think we have to read it. This is completely ridiculous as D river. So one definition is D, which would be the letter delta. And then river reaches the end here would be a delta. So that is very clever. All right, just two left. Our policeman at ease, coming to grips with issue. Well, my first thought was the definition would be a policeman. So let me pause and just think if I can think of any policeman type words. No, there is a page full of possibilities at wordplays.com for this one, but none of them really make sense to me. So I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. Emanate. Well, that was one of the words. I suppose if something emanates forth, it issues forth. So yeah, I probably should have gone for that one. But oh, it's simply a hidden clue. Coming to grips with. Oh, I don't think I've seen that before as a hidden clue indicator, but sure enough, policeman at ease, we have emanate right in there. I was wondering if it was something to do with a sleeping policeman, which is what they call a speed bump in some parts of the world. All right, how about our the brief, thoughtless beat? Oh, to thrash could be to beat. Oh, the brief is just th, and if you're thoughtless, you are rash. All right, let's check all. Everything's still there. All right, let's go over to 15 squared. Well, before I look at the blog, I do see there's a post RIP Puck, who I think last set for The Guardian 2 years ago. So RIP to Puck, sympathies to his family. Apparently he was a great favorite of the community. I'm sure some of you will remember him. Anyway, today's blog is by Lunapic. Philistine puzzle is always fun. It took me a while to see Delta. I needed to get it, yeah. So, but there were a few I didn't get. So, to dig, of course, to appreciate. Yes, I dig that, yeah. And the hilarious budgie smugglers. A tight pair of bathing trunks. Oh my God, I haven't heard the phrase bathing trunks in a while. Bean feast. Yeah, it's just a party. So seat, bee, fan. After those from settled are removed from seatbelt fasten. Oh, that is so complicated. You have to apply the not settled to the following words. That's very tricky. Let's see. Then on the downs, departed, yeah, part indeed. And then you do indeed get the double definition. All right. And then, between you, me, and the gatepost, that's the phrase I've heard it in. I couldn't think of that. Yes, you, me, and the gatepost. All right. And I suppose it could be written as two words or one. So maybe that explains why it was split up. Yeah, I wonder if maybe Philistine said it, understanding it was two words, and then maybe was overridden. Anyway, what are people saying? Never occurred to me to split driver, yeah. Clever stuff, tricky parsing. Yeah, like postmark, I'm no Potter addict, but got the muggle part. The old indeed trick. Yes. So I think people seem to be very happy with this, and my time isn't too bad. Anyway, I'm glad to have made it to the end. I'm sure you are too. Anyway, thanks for watching as always, and have a wonderful day.